Well, hello there. We're back. It comes and goes. I hope to be more resilient and able to do these more often, but I'm here. And tonight is important to me as much as it's important to you, I believe. All I'm going to say, as far as the wisdom goes, is this is the road home. The first part of this was my story and how I was brought home. And now we're going to start your road, whatever that is. Whichever story touches you, whichever story meets you, whichever story moves into your being and says, follow me, I will bring you home. I know I may not be your typical soldier, I probably never will be. I've done things that haunted me, and now I realize is if weren't done, then others would have perished. I can't prove anything. I come without proof. I come without a band of brothers or anything else. I come with stories. I come with truth. And somewhere in there, you're going to find a pathway that burns with the brightest light. That light is called Father. Regardless if you know God or not, doesn't matter. Father will still meet you, and he'll still bring you home. So I'm going to leave the wisdom there. If you require to reach out to me, I'm just going to say it simply once, that you can reach out to me through eric@starthealing.me. You send an email, I send one back, you get a link, and we talk. I'm here. I know those flames, I know those fires, I know what happens. I know the fears we sometimes have. You know, I put all of that primal nature that was stirred up and ripped and torn and opened into a blessed box with God, and somehow I stay sane. That's powerful to say, but it's the truth. So, welcome to the path. Welcome to the Warrior's Road home. Welcome to Leaving Theater. It was a black pitch night. Couldn't see a thing. No stars in the sky, no moon shining. It's like everything had been swallowed, except for the eternal fire that blazed from the bullets flying towards you. It was another night in a hole in the ground dug with a shovel that left blisters on your hands, your helmet scored by a bullet. How many more, you did not know. Your rifle was creating sweat marks down your back, useless in this dark. Yet something inside of you wound and whined, and all of the destructiveness that had happened in your making, yes, making. The cold water, the sitting forever, the screaming, the dying, constant. Wake, sleep, doesn't matter. Finally, they release you, find you useful. Not a human shield, no. No, not that. Something else. Useless just the same, but might be of some use. And if caught, well, who cares? Now those bullets trace towards you. Only thing in the night, you can't see the target. You can't get near it. Or can you? You flip the rifle down. You set the tripod. Scope's useless. This is a shot. Intuition. You barrel back, straight back, into a life where your mother would pick you up and throw you against the wall and say, again, don't waste a blanking bullet. And she didn't use blanking. And you learned. You fired intuitively. You didn't know wind. You didn't know gradient. You didn't know drop. You didn't know any of those things. Tried to learn some, but it didn't work. You shot intuitively. That was it. You just wished for the bullet to go and it went there. You would look through the scope, but that was just to look at the target and match it. Supernatural, maybe. Lost within the fear and destruction, yet God somewhere back there loving you, holding you. You've been called monk. What a monk. Broken, smashed, destroyed. But if I was going to live any longer, the voice said, you would have to make that shot. Once that person is dead, then you can flee. Till then, you have to stay in this hail. One of them is going to find you. Almost as self-prophecy, something hits the shoulder. Minor, just a graze, blood trickling down the arm, congealing, cold, catching in the fur. That's going to be a fun mess to get clean up later, you said to yourself. You know, you have to make the shot. He's sitting in his bunker right now. So the door wide open, daring you to shoot him, but you can't see him. There's no light. Everything's dark. The moon's gone, the stars are gone. Even persons with night vision can't see much. What night vision? Where were those goggles? Somewhere back there. If he'd even brought them at all, he didn't know. That last ringer on his head had really knocked everything out of him. It was all right. He's still alive. Hunkered down behind the rifle. Shut his eyes. Listened for a heartbeat. He heard it. He's got it. Just like we get the heartbeat of the bird flying towards the chickens. Same way. Talk to the rifle. Sweet Elsa, come on. Come on, one more time. I know you're really beat up and we're not going to fix you this time. I'll retire you. I'll bury you, just like I would bury a soldier. You've kept me alive. But tonight, one more time, just one more time. Then we can leave this ruddy place. I'll take you somewhere sacred. Bury you beautifully. Almost like Elsa was breathing her last, she chambered. She'd been jammed for so long. He had took her apart and put it back together and it still hadn't happened. All of a sudden, one bullet, one 308 shell fell into place. It was chambered, ready. He listened to that heartbeat. It was louder now. He looked for the way to finish it. And he found it. He pulled the trigger. There was a slight from someone beside him, I imagine. He's dead. How's that impossible? And the minute he had that confirmation, he was gone, heading back, preening to Elsa. It's all right. It's all right. I promise you, it's done. And he meant it. He looked at the barrel and it was warped and twisted, never to be firing again. He wished he could take it home with him, bury it in one of the sacred hills in the north of Canada, but it wouldn't happen. But he would find a place for it, and he did. Found a, looked like it had been a temple at some point. Not much left, a few stone here, a few stones there. But in the middle was a divot, and he took the gun apart carefully. He asked Elsa's permission to keep the stock. So put it on the new gun, then you'll be part of it again. And that stock had never been able to properly come off. All of a sudden it just detached like it wished to the rest of it apart, made sure there was no firing pin so it could never be used for evil somehow, some way. He buried it under the stones he found. Somehow, when the barrel had twisted, the scope had shattered. One of his favorites, but it made a good post to stand on top of Elsa. After that, he scurried away, back to camp, back to the bivouac, back to, well, the next shot. New gun. He would explain the old one got wrecked. They wouldn't be happy with him. They'd give him another piece of junk, probably a Russian. That's what they usually gave him. It was junk, but he could make it do something. It could speak. It would be whatever it wished to call itself. But it would have a piece of Elsa. He would use that stock. He stumbled in and said it was done. Sarge says, how? Pitch dark. Here's your goggles. You left them behind, you idiot. Uh-huh. It's fine. It's dead. Some crew said so. They're in shock. You'll get confirmation. 20 minutes later, man runs up and says, yeah, the target's down. Don't know how. Where's your gun? You lost it? It twisted his barrel, but it fired one more time. You look sad. Oh, it was my friend. I mean, it looked after me, I looked after it. It's now done. But I have it stocked, and whatever you give me will make it fit. I'll start again. We'll leave it there. That is one of my stories. That's one of my times. It's one of my places. Not always going to be. We're going to travel from one side of war to the other. We're going to say from the greatest wars of the time of Adam all the way up. Yes, we will. You will see. Anyway, time for a blessing, and I think it has to be a soldier's blessing. So I wish that all that lays within you that's foreign of nature and may be caught because of what you've done become light and truth and an understanding of justice that can only be understood by a soldier's heart. May you at some point feel joy, be encompassed in unexplainable peace, peace that doesn't make any sense. Whatever the brush of that amazing commander called God now holds, will paint for you. According to God's will and wish, according to your will and wish, this can be. We come before you, Father, and we take these stories and we make them pathways. We ask you to move in your energy. All we can do is create the words. Maybe we can water that path so it looks like something, but you're the one that's going to give the increase. You're the one that's going to create the fire and the light that'll lead them home. That's where they require to be, Father. It's home. Home with their families, with their wives, with their children. Oh God, do what only you can do. What you did for me, do for them. Remove their fear. They weren't given a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Give them victory. Give them a connection. If it's their first time, let them find the Roman road. If it's the 100th time and they've been in your court and they've heard your words and they've started a relationship, take them deeper. Much, much deeper. I'll leave this all in your care. It's your increase to your glory. You will bring them home, and I am grateful. I ask for courage and strength and grace and mercy as we go. And I say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing all glory to flow. Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. So you be blessed. When you rest, rest well. When you wake, wake well. Know that your path is well lit by God, and God will lead you home. Blessings again.